did they pick up, huh? Yeah.
A hottie?
A
What's
girl.
A girl? What?
I know. See, good thing you don't know what that is because you're married and you're married to a hottie and you don't need to pick up hotties. That's right. That's good. So I'm glad you don't understand any of that.
Powerpuff Girl.
Yes.
You're the redheaded Powerpuff Girl.
Oh, Lord. So, okay. So now they decide, they drive away and they're like, you know what? We can't leave them.
Guilt.
They're like, they start thinking, we got to go turn around. So they're arguing in the car, you know. Some of them want to turn around, go get them. Some say, no, let's keep going.
They're freaking out about what they saw. Yeah. People are getting zapped, you know, strange objects in the sky. Cats and dogs living together, you know. That's what I'm saying, Pips, you know.
Well, when they go back, guess what?
What?
Travis is gone. Gone. He's gone. And then he's missing for 5 days.
Where did Travis go?
So the crew, is under suspicion by the cops, thinking that they did something to him. So, you know, they're like, they had to take polygraph tests. They took numerous polygraph tests. They all passed them. And
numerous times, too.
Yeah.
On the story. And that's what gives this thing, as we go on, some credibility, is the fact that every one of these guys did polygraph tests more than once. And
there was one guy who it was like, I don't know what you call it, where you don't pass it, but you don't fail it. But I guess he was like high or something. So that's what they checked.
Really?
I would probably want to get high too if I saw my friend being zapped up by a UFO. So
I was zapped once.
Were you?
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
It was electrifying.
Grease lightning. So Travis, in the meantime, he wakes up.
Travis.
And he's in a lot of pain. He's disorientated, and he's thinking he's in the hospital because where he was at looked like a hospital. Okay, he says he could tell he was injured. And
hospital, not no.
No, it was not.
Metal disc, yes.
He said the air felt really heavy, and he was super weak, and there was no oxygen. And he sees 3 aliens, and they have inhuman faces. And now you got to remember too, this is 40 years ago when UFOs aren't as accepted as it is now. So this guy,
we must learn to accept
the
unidentified ones as one of ours.
Yes. Okay.
We must accept all things as one.
Well,
we must become one with nature and life. What?
Can I go on with the story?
Yeah, go on. Right. Who's stopping you?
You with your
your
fortune
can't
cookie
read?
talking. I don't. So he panics when he sees these 3 aliens, and he gets some kind of strength to roll off the table, and he lashes out at them. But he says they sort of controlled him with their minds.
Mind control. There it goes.
And then the smaller beings had no gender.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
I can't do this. That's so funny. And
these aren't the droids you're looking for.
Move along.
Move along.
So he gets back on the table, and they sort of suffocate him, and because they're trying some tests or something, and then they put this thing on his face, and he starts suffocating. So he totally is losing his mind because he thinks he's dying. That's how he's going to die.
Happens.
So he goes unconscious, and he loses his memory. He has no concept of time. And he did say, though, that he remembers waking up at one point, and he saw a human being that was there, and it's sort of this weird helmet hat thing, I don't know, on. And he thought that this person was there to save him, but the person actually took him to another room, put him on another table, held him down, and he wrote a book about it, talking about how they did these tests and what he can remember. He's found 5 days later.
5 days later.
In a town 15 miles away. He took multiple polygraph, physical, psychological tests, psychiatric tests, drug and urine tests. He went to this brain trauma center, and he did an EEG, and they said nothing was wrong with him except he did have a pattern of trauma to his brain. So he did go through something. And
now here's the interesting point.
No negative health effects at all. But positive, he has not been sick all these years. That's interesting. And he did have a brother who 8 years before that had a sighting of UFO. So Arizona must be the hot spot. My dad, Travis Walton's brother.
Yes.
I don't know. So, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, how did 7 people see the same thing? They passed multiple lie detector tests.
Well, that's just it. The lie detector test and the fact that the main guy here, was seen by many different people, many different things. That's, gives us some validity to the story. It's Do you have to believe it? Am I telling the listeners or the haters to believe it? No, I'm saying here's the story. Here's the facts. Sounds pretty good.
They had search parties looking for him for 5 days. No one could find him. And then even, I guess, a member of the crew, someone offered, like, I don't know if it was media or who it was, they offered him $10,000 to discredit the story. And he refused to do it.
Man.
That's a lot of money, but he wouldn't do it because he was like, no way. He knows what they saw.
I'd be taking the money and be like, y'all liars.
Now, it's been discovered that trees nearest to where the UFO was have been produced. Wood fiber is 36 times the rate in normal as normally been. Now, growth was only on this... What?
What's with the voice?
It's a news voice. You can't use any old voice.
That's a news voice?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Now, may I finish the story?
Yes, I guess.
All right.
Go ahead.
Now, growth was only on the side of the trees towards where the craft had been.
That's crazy. So what do you think? You think, like, radiation or super duper zaps?
You know, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we're a little speck in the universe. Who knows what's out there?
I know. That's pretty... Well, he did write a book called The Walton Experience in 1978. And then in 1993, they made a movie, which we were talking about, Fire in the Sky. And I guess he's not real fond of the movie. He's actually right now currently trying to get a production company to do the movie as it happened. But people have turned him down because they want to sensationalize it.
Something, right?
Yeah, and he doesn't want that. But I mean, some of the stuff that he claims in his book is a little odd. It wasn't in the movie. Like, one of the things that he claims he flew the ship at the end of the abduction event. I don't know what that's about. I didn't read the book.
Well, in the movie or his book? He says he flew the ship.
He says.
Oh, they liked him.
Yeah, they wanted him to fly.
Want to fly the ship to you? Yes.
Why did the Martian throw beef on the asteroid?
No, why did the Martian throw the beef at the asteroid?
He wanted a little meteor.
Oh, is that all you got?
Yeah.
What did the aliens say to the garden?
What?
Take me to your weeder.
I think that's funny. Yeah, I like mine too.
Mine was better.
Mine was better.
Okay, folks, it's up to you. Whose is better?
Hashtag Heidi. Hashtag Scott. All right, so we're going to get into our next story, which I think is so interesting.
This would be story 2.
Wilson Hall.
Wilson Hall.
It's a dorm at Ohio University where they have a room completely sealed off.
Sealed.
And the school officials have proclaimed that room 428 is
428
is uninhabitable because it is haunted.
Do not go in there.
Reports of hauntings in this room go back decades.
Many years.
There's been multiple poltergeist sightings reported.
They even have a public archives called the Spook Files.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anybody can check that out.
Anybody can check it out. So, hey, look, if you want to cruise down there this next weekend, I know it's a holiday weekend and all that, blah, 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 blah. But listen, head down there within the next week or 2 weeks. Get down there. Check this stuff out. You know, maybe you live in Arizona and you need to go to Ohio or whatever. But,
Spook
hey,
Files.
I mean, you know,
It's
come on.
Spook Files.
Have a little fun. Come on.
Well, there's a lot of reports in the Spook Files by students and teachers. Objects being lifted and hurled violently through the air.
Objects.
Now, not just in that room, in the dorm itself.
Whoa.
Yeah. Electrical problems, things going on and off. Sounds like marbles rolling across the ceiling, rattling, doors slamming shut, dark shadows. But the reason that it's room 428 and all this, because there's there's a story behind it.
Oh.
Okay, so 1873. An insane asylum.
1873.
There's always an insane asylum. Always.
You know, and we've had personal experiences, especially how you said it, with personal...
Thanks, Gary.
No, but some of the investigations we've done with these insane asylums, because of what's taken place there and so much wrongdoing on some behalf of some people, that there is a lot of action in these places.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's anybody, almost anybody that spends any length of time investigating in these closed down places is probably going to find or sense or see something of some sort.
Well, I think that a lot of people that are put in these asylums, well, at least, you know, back then, because they're obviously a lot different now.
Oh, yeah,
but
they were really rough back then. Like, uncalled for rough.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot
torture.
of people who are, I don't know, labeled insane have demonic things going on with them or around them, and that's why they're put in there.
They're coming to take me away.
And so I think that back then, they were doing a lot of weird experiments like lobotomies and stuff, especially this one.
So I stick a screwdriver in the nose. What's going to happen?
Yeah, through the eye socket, through the nose, they suck out the brains and they just
rattle it up. We'll just mix
stir it up,
stir it up and mix it and grind it. And there we go.
Yeah, and so then people were vegetables. So I could see why spirits would linger there because that is just traumatic.
This again is stuff we just don't know. Why we get into the spiritual realm. So why some spirits, silent but I do believe that we do see some sort of a pattern to people who have been wrongfully killed or untimely killed.
Sure.
We see that in places of war, battlegrounds, especially when you go back into time where there's a lot more civil war and stuff, where you see soil type attacking, not so much shooting from a distance or bombs, but more like hand-to-hand type stuff, or insane asylums where people were just done wrong. We see a lot of action in wrongdoings.
In the Bible, when Cain killed Abel, and then his brother Abel, and then God says to Cain that Abel's blood cries out from the ground. So
the spirit cries out because he was wrongfully killed.
Yeah, so you never know.
Who knows? It could happen.
Well, so this is
happened
insane
to me
asylum.
once.
Okay. So this is insane
You
asylum.
got this hair just like going all whack over
I know. I
here.
got all this hair. I can't help it.
I got a lot of hair too.
Yes, you do on your face. Yeah. So
Got some in the pillowcase too.
In 1979, this asylum closed. Okay.
So
all the patients were transferred.
Bed sheets.
All but one. This woman is missing.
Hey, come on! Don't be slapping me. Then
That's
people
two.
will pass out.
So there's a woman missing, a patient. They search for a while to find her, and they finally do find her after they transferred all the patients, and they're like, whoa, where's so-and-so? Because her family is the ones that realized she was missing, not the people that worked there.
Yeah.
And so now time has passed. They go back. They find her. I don't know what happened, but where they find her is she's naked on the floor, dead, and she got all her clothes off, folded her clothes, and put it by the windowsill like she was watching them leave or something, and then she died there. And what's interesting is, to this day, her body, there's an imprint of a body in the ground.
And they can see all this on the website.
Yes, I am going to put up tons of pictures
profound.
of everything that we talk about tonight up on our Facebook page, so they can see pictures. But yeah, this imprint's crazy, and it's there to this day. So, okay, so now, flash forward to 1981. Okay. Ooh, that was good.
That was a flash forward sound.
So in the same town, there's a college, Ohio University, and they have a dormitory called Wilson Hall. Okay, now there's a student, this chick, who's really into the dark arts. Yeah, chick. She's a chick. She said, you don't like when I say chick. I don't know her name. So she used this.
Chick.
Yeah.
Every female to use a chick.
Yeah.
Whether you're 2 years old or 90, you're a chick.
No, not.
So there's this 90-year-old chick.
I would say lady.
No, you don't. You never say it. You always say chick. Everything's a chick. Hey, chick.
Yeah. So this chick said that she used the room's energy to practice astral projection and contact the dead. She was really into all that stuff. So
good way to start out the day.
I don't know if they had tours there or what the deal was, but she went to that asylum, and because creepy is cool, and she touches the stain because she must think it's neat, and she swears that the ghost of this mental patient followed her and haunted her because that night she woke up and she said she saw a face lingering over her, and she thinks it was this chick. Another chick. The spirit of the chick. So
well, again?
I just said that on purpose.
A little control.
I'm sorry. So one night
you're on a chick frenzy.
Yeah. So one night, the students in the dorm say that they hear crazy noises like humming and chanting and stuff coming from this female student's room. And no, not humming. No, not like that, hun. No, more like, Satan is good. Satan is my pal. Sort of like chanting and no. Yeah, I don't know. Like, no, not Nicki Minaj kind of chanting, but like chanting like weird stuff, like spells and stuff. I don't know. So no one hears for her for how many days?
3 days.
3 again. 3? Mm-hmm. Yep, 3. That's the number. That's the key number. So they go in her room on the 4th day, and they find that she committed suicide. And she smeared her blood and wrote symbols and words and stuff on her wall. in room 428. Yep. So the university cleans up the room, and they close it up for the rest of the year. But the next year, they obviously are letting new students in. You know, times pass. Everybody get over it now. And so days go by, and these students in that room start experiencing haunting-like activity. Doors slamming,